Hello again. Have a seat, we'll talk for a bit. I decided after a couple of conversations on Facebook Airgun pages, like Maverick's Airgunner's Workshop with a Tony Branton, fellow tinker, gunsmith, Imagineer, did a lot of Imagineering ability. And Dave Daddy Die Malloy, for the idea from conversations we had, where we got to talking about such things, and Dave couldn't really work in the house on his guns anymore, or the garage is full of junk like mine, and the kid doesn't have room for it anymore. And I'm thinking, well, you gotta make room. I mean, my man cave here is only, don't quote me on this, it's like 12 by 15 or something like that. It's not very big. So I got the desk and my computer station across this corner. My home brewery is in that corner, coming this way with a 2 by 4 foot bottling, the table I use for bottling station. And the other thing over there with the glass, the old printer stand over there with the glass door. One of the glass doors still left on it. I repurposed as a fermenter stand, so you see that with the big 5-gallon fermenters and junk sitting there. I make my own beer. Right. It's funny how you make wine, but you brew beer. Whatever. In Stroh's or fire brewing, well, you have to cook it like a barley soup, so all beer is fire brewed, incidentally. I'll get back to that. Anyway, so I thought this time, due to those conversations with these two gentlemen, that I would show what I use to do my airgun smithing, restoring, modifying, repairing, whatever. First one I got from Walmart, $38 was this TV tray here. Decent sturdy legs. The clip-on things on the bottom are stronger than they used to be on the tin ones. This is 3/8 inch thick, fine grade particle board. The particles are finer, that is to say. And it's painted to look like dark wood on top, like walnut or whatever, black walnut maybe. I do all my work on this table. And I have this box here. As you can see, I got a lot of stuff in here. All my birchwood casing bottles, a cleaner degreaser, perma glue, super glue, and gluing and rust remover, and this old Tudor's glass. It had a cap on it, and you bought mixed drinks in these things. Looks sort of like a thing they use on Star Trek for drinking Romulan ale at one point. And little jars like this whole little Chinese mustard jar they used to give you when you bought a bunch of dinners. They might give you one of these instead of a handful of packets or something. And these are great for gluing or using the glue and rust remover on screws and other little small parts. This one here for front and rear sights, as you saw me do in the other video. And this, the Scotch Bright Green. You get these three to a pack. It's got cardboard or pasteboard thing wrapped around it. These are great for cleaning metal up real nice. I use this on the Crossman 160 pellet gun barrel before I really got serious with using the fine grades of emery paper I used on the stocks and just going finer to use on the metal parts. Okay. And then of course got this Umarex 177 through 22 caliber airgun cleaning kit. I got the the cable, the flexible cable thing coiled up, put away somewhere, because you can't put that back in here once they go boom all over the place. You got to tie it together. I got tired of it. And you got 177 and 22 brushes, swabs, and the adapter right there for the bigger stuff. And I got 22 and 177 caliber spear tip jags. Again, like I showed you in the other video, and it cut pieces of Burger Whop straws. The translucent ones you get at Burger King and Arby's, places like that. And the gun butler there, which is really handy for holding the rifle while you're working it, keep both hands free. And I'm gonna try these. They go up to 12 gauge shotgun. They got, I don't know if you see that one, you can see the little slots cutting circles around it for cutting different size patches. I can get a whole bunch of 25 caliber patches out of that. And I got another bag of these someplace. The Brownells, sort of tan colored, 1 3/8 inch square burlap patches. It's like a fine burlap in my opinion. And 3M emery paper. This one goes from 1,000 to 1,500, 2,000, and 2,500 grit for polishing. Okay. And there's another assortment there, but 800, 600, and 400. So I go from 400 to 2,500 on polishing metal, 400 and 600 on the stocks. Again, I can keep those in the side of this box. That's why I use a box about that size, because I can get all this stuff in there, so it's all neat and pretty in one place. And then gun butler. Oh, here's another one. Not only holds the gun while you're working on it. Let's see if I can get this where you can see it. Not only holds the gun while you're working on it, it's got a slot right here to hold your cleaning rod. This one being the Dewey Manufacturing Company ball bearing handled cleaning rod. It's got ball bearings in the handle here, so this part can turn and follow the rifling when you're using the brush, patches, or whatever. Okay, and that fits in this little groove right here on one side of where the V blocks go on your gun butler. And this, let's see if I can get that in the hand right, is one of the Burger King straws. Burger Whop places that use these translucent straws, about that long, they seem a little thicker than usual. That'll fit up a 25 caliber pellet, and you cut them about that long and mark them for what caliber it's for. You can put your cleaning jags in there to keep the calibers separated. I got 22 stuck in a 177, and it was a new old stock barrel too. I got stuck in. I had to have my son Hoss. I told my son Matthew, he's so big I should have named him Hoss, to pull it out for me. So now I got them labeled in these things. I just got to get some wooden dowel rods that are slightly smaller diameter than a Crayola colored pencil to fit in these straws. So I got something to plug them with. And you also got these little round holes here that on this end and over here, they ain't big enough to fit a large spray can. So I put my Airgun oil, Q-tips, little straws that hold my cleaning jags in there. And on the other side, it'll fit this Top Care aspirin bottle or acetaminophen or whatever you buy. It's you can see about how big that is. That fits those little round holes perfectly. And you can see I've got that double-ended toothbrush thing in there. Seal picks. Don't get the plastic ones, get the Craftsman metal ones, because they'll have the Craftsman seal picks. There's like 4 or 5 of them in a pack, and they've got a handle on it like this pocket screwdriver here. I got one of these in standard and one in Phillips with a little magnet on the end, which is really handy sometimes. Wouldn't believe how many times you need a screwdriver just that size and that little magnet. And Outers makes these little slab-sided cleaning pads. These were great on the short Lee Enfields for getting in all those tight spots around the sight protectors and the ramp sights in the back, peep sights, and where separate stock pieces go together and the metal rings. And they just got the Enfield's got a lot of places where you really need this soaked with some Rem oil or something to get down in there and clean the dust out and whatnot. Even on these air guns like the Crossbeam, to get down in these little Tootsie Roll grooves. Fits perfect. So these little aspirin jars come in really handy to put little round holes over there. And you got a lot of room in here for putting various things, like I got a rag in there, and not going to lose these again. Got these at Harbor Freight and Salvage at on the corner of 301 in Detroit, or Abbey Road in Detroit, which is 301 and 254 here in Sheffield, north of the area. Harbor Freight and Salvage had these for a few bucks. Metric size too, so that's really handy for scope mounts and all that sort of thing like that. Where there's 2 or 3 different sizes they use, by the way. Why, I don't know. And even stuff like this, my Mac 1 seal kit that had the bottle of secret sauce right here. It's 2 or 3 ounces, so you can see how big that secret sauce is. This stuff is slicker in the house too. Don't get this in your trigger mechanism; it won't work. Found that out the hard way with Umarex Fusion. And these different size brushes here. This is a 25, 243 to 25. Can't find patches in that size. I don't know why. But phosphor bronze or nylon for air rifles. Valve there. But regular pliers, various types of needle nose pliers and nippers and little things like that are always handy, of course. Now I got these Outers patches. They're supposed to be square, but they're more rectangular 7/8. They're not 7/8 by 7/8. I can guarantee you that. So I found these at brownells.com, 7/8 round. Put that on a 22 caliber spear tip jag, and that should fit the Trail 25 caliber NPXL 725, or even the Sniper 125s and such in 25 caliber. That on a 22 caliber jag should work better. We'll see. I just can't find a 243 to 25 caliber patch to save my life, and I've looked. Odd thing not to be able to find. Okay. And another thing I got in my hip kit when I got my left hip replaced, stainless steel. So I'm Human Plus now. Armored Core fans know what that means. Trigger grab, almost like a broom handle, flattened broom handle Mauser handle. This is the handiest darn thing for reaching around and grabbing something, especially when I first got my hip replaced and I can't move around a lot. But exercise, but you got to be careful how much and how often, and you know. It's got a magnet in the end and a little thingy sticking out here. You can stick it in something to pull it towards you when you drop it or whatever. So go to the drugstore that sells handicap supplies. Look in the handicap supply aisle and you can find these grabbers are the greatest. especially when you got something up high that's not too heavy and it's just hard to grab. And here is the butt plate I've been working on for the Variant 1 Crossman 760 Power Master. This tang is going to be like this, so it'll fold over the top of the gun, the buttstock, like that. Then form it to the size and shape of the buttstock and everything, so that it'll look like a lot like the one on an 1892 Winchester saddle gun. And I'm going to engrave my logo in there, and they'll be numbered and everything. I got a strip of metal here. If I can find a faster way to cut them to shape, I could maybe make 4 or 5 more of these for whoever might want them. Because the receiver looks a lot like a Browning anyway. Browning and Winchester, Remington are 3 really old brands in the United States. It started here, that is to say. So I thought this saddle gun butt plate would be kind of neat with that little tang on it, or a screw goes in the end of the tang up here on top of the stock, and down here where it has this little compound curve right down here on the buttstock. 16th inch by 1/4 inch wide, 1 1/4 inch wide would have been better. You can't buy it thinner than 1/8 inch, or it goes from 1 inch to 1.5. I don't know why they simplified things for themselves like that. That kind of messed me up, guys like me. Made my job harder. And I found my files, chrome edge. Now this is an older one from my father here. I can't quite read. It's got a name on it too. Nicholson, USA, it looks like it says. Warranted. It's something AST steel, it looks like. It's a wood rasp, basically. Or for when you're rough shaping metal or some soft metal, maybe. I used to use this for shaping stocks and everything. Better be prepared to do a lot of sanding from coarse on up though once you use this thing. And got 3 chrome edge files I got when I bought my toolkit, or my father bought my 174 piece Craftsman 3 socket set, whatever tool set for me, it was 174 pieces with the old style toolboxes. Pet roof style that had that metallic gray kind of paint. So anyway, I still got my chrome edge files. These little plastic things for your files are great. They kept these things looking like brand new. Here's the 7-inch slim taper file, otherwise known as a rat tail to the rest of us. Look how, and I've used the snot of this thing on my cars and my tuners, hot rods, whatever. I used that thing since the mid-70s, and it still looks new. You use that steel toothbrush thing or to clean them out and keep them in there. And here is my 6-inch mill file, the rat tail and the mill file here. You can even see it's still got that dark, I don't know, Prussian blue or paint or whatever that is they put on the end. I'm not sure what that is. On all 3 of them, that's still there. I use them a lot. But this mill file and that rat tail file I use the most shaping that butt plate, just so you all know. Very handy. Just, tail slipped on it. I'm going to have to take my nail and go like that to push that back up out of there and get it out. And then 3/16 by 8-inch chainsaw file, better known as a 3-corner file, triangular shaped, and it got muckered up right there and right there on the grinder, or I don't know, bumped it into something and messed up the teeth, but Still got a couple of good sides. That's not bad either. It's more like a fine rasp. This one and the rat tail are more like have teeth on it, more like a rasp than just straight cut. Like the mill file, which is called a bastard cut. It's just straight angled teeth. Rust resistant for added life. But yeah, they're basically got rasp shaped teeth that work a lot better for shaping things, which I needed. I don't know if I can get that to shine for a second. Straighten up these edges. That Dremel just muckered it up a little, trying to use the grinder bits on it. I ain't got no place to set this darn thing, so I'm gonna get right here. Okay, now here's the Dremel. The speed control goes that way to that way. Nothing, stop to full blast. All in between. You also take unscrew little collar on the end by the chuck, and you put this in there. You got this little T there. You set it for millimeters or parts of an inch, and you screw this thing on the end with a router bit. You now have a plunge router where you could set how deep you want it to go. I'll need that to inlet the end of the buttstock for the tang, which you'll see in the later video. That video is going to take forever and a day to get done. Okay. There it is. Now I've got the reinforced cutting cutoff wheels there on the larger size rubber sanding drum bit here. It just makes it easier to use. And nice little carrying case, a little wrench, and a little white plastic box for all the little bits and discs and whatever. And here's a little bottle of 20 of the reinforced cutoff wheels. They got a different one now. I'll show you guys when I use these up. You take a little plastic ring pull. You pull off here, and then you can pull them out of the bottom. They're basically a spring loaded from the top down. So, I also got a frame here I'm going to show you of my DeWalt driver drill. I got the driver drill set with all the little yellow plastic boxes with the drill bits and driver bits and fittings and all that is used with the driver bits for nut drivers or screws or whatever, which is really handy. I used when I built that gun rack. And it comes in what looks like a yellow and black doctor satchel with the DeWalt logo on it. It's about that long. Anyway, that's some of the things I use when I'm working on my rifles. I've got a set of like six or eight in a plastic pouch, a set of needle nose pliers I got at Harbor Freight up there for a few bucks. Harbor Freight and Salvage. Excellent place for odds and ends, machine tools, hand tools, and all kind of benches and everything in between. They got some neat stuff in there that works pretty well. But there's needle nose pliers and a couple different kind of wire cutters. You know, the beaky ones, like a parrot's beak, and then you got the nipper ones that go like this. The nippers are really handy. I use those on my toenails too. But anyway, that's the stuff I use. And as we go along, I'll introduce different different tools and different ways of doing things and all that, so you guys can follow along. And I hope you like the new format too, where I'm mixing video and slide show with overdub to kind of make things clearer. Makes it easier to single frame things and stop it where you want to look at something for a minute. So, I also forgot, I found these, my old Wells Lamont gloves. They're more like gauntlets, suede leather, the thinsulate lined, and they got this, it's like a fleece on the other side of thinsulate or whatever. But they're kind of stiff and dirty, so I need to get some suede cleaner conditioner, and I use my knuckle brush to clean them up and get them soft. To make it easier, when you're grinding on these things, even with the Dremel and the metal get hot. I got this side here is a little smoother. I don't know if you can see it. It's real rough, kind of like right here. Rough, it was rough and gouged and everything. I got it smoother now than what the Dremel could do with these three files right here. Craftsman chrome edge files. Just plastic. These things are from like mid to late 70s. When I got like the summer of 73. Dad bought me my toolkit because I needed it for industrial arts and welding and whatnot. You had a little bit of each kind of industrial arts shop in high school. See which one you wanted. I went with Autotech. So anyway, the 3-corner file is great for chasing coarse threads on bolts that got where the threads got mashed a little bit. You can. My father years ago showed me how to use a 3-corner file to chase the threads. That was handy. But anyway, that's why this side is, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of smooth. A little bit smoother. I'm cutting these gouges and stuff out there I did with the Dremel. With a flat file, you can control, you know, what you're doing. Next time I'm going to cut really close to these black lines so I ain't got to file an 1/8 of an inch of material down off of there. That takes too long. That's why that one video I keep telling you guys about, it's taking so long to do. And 20 of the fiber reinforced cutoff wheels there again for the Dremel I used for cutting the thing out, as I showed you step by step in the other video. They got newer ones now. It's got like a rounded double Z thing, like fitting in the middle, and the thing you put in the end of the Dremel has that shape in it, so that you bolt that thing down on there and it keeps it from stripping around. It's thicker and bigger around. I can't wait to finish these off so I can go to that newer style one. I'll show you those when I get them. And here's that other bag of Brownell's 1 3/8 inch square. It's like a fine burlap cleaning patch. There's 100 of them in there for a few bucks. These are nice. These I can't get these to go down the barrel, even in the 25, but they're good for soaking with Rem oil and wiping down the outside with. I even take dirt out of the wood with these on antique rifles. They're great for that. I've been showing those in my videos here, how much they kind of reddish, ruddy colored dirt that comes out of the wood with these. And again, these plastic gloves, there's 50 of them in there, so that's 25 pairs for a few bucks at Walmart. That's what they got now, and here's what the logo looks like before you open it. Okay. It's about the size my hand is. They fit my hand a little bit loose. Just loose enough to be easy to get on and off and stuff like that. That keeps the metal dust and chemicals from bluing out stuff out of your skin, which is again is always important. Keep your hands clean while you're working on these things, because you might have to put things up, and as you get done with a particular step, to be able to go make dinner or go somewhere and do something, whatever. Well, that's the stuff I use for doing my thing with the air rifles. Repairs, restorations, modifying, old, new, or in between. I'll show you more as we go along. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and good Lord willing, the creeks don't rise again. We'll see you again right here.